Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Zoe. I'm back at it again with this NCAA 14 football legends roster featuring high school seniors from the class of '99 all the way up to the present day. This is part 8. First up, we got his job at best from the Cowbirds. He made it to the NFL, got drafted by the Detroit Lions, but he didn't really have a splendid career because he was little, man. Kept getting hurt, getting concussions and stuff, man, especially in college. I'll never forget, I seen one play in college where dude was trying to dive in the end zone. Man, he jumped up and tried to jump over a player, man. Another player hit him, man, in his legs, man, where it turned his momentum the opposite way, man, where dude landed like on his neck. Yeah, he was just too little, man. Fast player though, just light in the ass. Can't do nothing too much when you light in the ass, man. It's only so much you can do. Your team can't depend on you to get the hard yards. Cause that championship game come on tonight too, y'all. Georgia and Alabama, a SEC championship. It's crazy. Reminds me of Alabama and LSU a few years ago. They're gonna have to do something about that playoff. There's a lot of good teams that be getting left out. They're gonna have to expand that to make it fair. Darren Evans, who went to Virginia Tech from Warren Central in Indianapolis, he was a good football player in high school. Played against my cousin. My cousin went to Ben Davis. So I done watched a few of their games. They was like a little rivalry. Warren Central and Ben Davis. Because one of them teams was winning the championship every year there in the early 2000s and stuff. But on the game, we got him on the Iowa Hawkeyes, and we ready to see what he can do on them. Okay. Next up, Daniel Heron, Daniel Hearn, Boom Hearn. That was his nickname. He went to Ohio State. He played with Terrell Pryor. Man, Terrell Pryor messed that whole little team up, man, his senior year, man. Got Coach Tressel out of there. Even though Coach Tressel was kind of like being looked at already for the Maurice Claret situation. Ohio State always been a good school, though. I always liked them. They done had some quality players come through there. Man, I can't wait till this roster get finished, man. I'm so hyped up. I'm ready to play it now, but I just know it's so incomplete. I only got you know what I'm saying, probably about 100 players already made and created so far. You know, I got probably about down there 2,000 players to do, man. Cause what is it, 100 and like 29, like 120 teams, and we just gonna say it's 50 players on each team. Next up, Roy Halou that went to Nebraska. Oh, Nebraska Cornhuskers, y'all, I'm telling y'all, they gonna be the truth in a few years, man. They went and got Scott Frost again. Woo. Big Ten gonna be in some trouble, man. If he get the quality players and athletes that he need, and especially if they go back to that Tom Osborne, Tommy Frazier option attack. Oh man, I'm telling you, man, teams ain't gonna be able to handle it because every team done switched over and they trying to defend these spread offenses and stuff like that, where they spreading out with all the receivers and stuff. That's why teams are scoring 40 and 50 points and stuff like that. Cause you kind of like taking the defense out of the game now when you spreading all them players out like that. It's hard for the defense to really make a hell of an impact the way they supposed to. The whole point of playing defense is to stop you from scoring. And they are throwing so many rules in the game that it's making it hard for defensive players to be defensive players. But like I said, if Nebraska go back to that option offense, it's gonna be some years before the rest of college is able to catch up to that to be able to defend that. Because people couldn't defend it back then. So I know people can't defend it now. I hope Nebraska really gives Scott Frost a chance, you know, give him about five years before they even think about firing him or anything, man. You need to let him get his own recruiting class in there. Shit, y'all gave Bill Callahan and Bo Pelini a chance. So y'all need to give Scott Frost a hell of a chance. He's a man that won a championship for y'all, so he deserved that. Ryan Matthews, Fresno State, played for the San Diego. Well, got drafted by the Chargers. I think he ended up at what was that, Philadelphia, with DeMarco Murray and all of them at 1 year. Fresno State, man, they was very competitive a few years ago. Like when USC was real good, Fresno State used to play them hard, man. Cause I remember watching a game where Reggie Bush he ended up having like 500 all-purpose yards, no bullshit, and they needed every yard too because he was the only one doing something, man. Matt Leinart, none of them wasn't doing nothing. And Fresno State, man, they wasn't scared of him. They had that one coach with the Fu Manchu mustache and stuff, man. I can't think of his name though, man, but he's an alright coach. He had that moniker, "We'll play anybody, anywhere, anytime," and they was actually doing that. Them and Boise State, they was getting their name on the map. Fresno State's it's a decent program to go play football for now. Next up on the MIC, Bilal Powell getting busy on the symphony. Old Snoop Dogg, Mystical, and all of them. Snoop first signed with No Limit. Bilal Powell went to my hometown team, Louisville. He's still in the NFL too, play for the Jets. Bilal Powell was a decent running back for the Cardinals. He was okay. Louisville done had some players over the years, man. As we've been building the program back up, we've been getting some quality players. I'm telling you, we would be all the way on top if Bobby Petrino never would have left the first time. But I understand he was ready to go coach Michael Vick until that bullshit with Vick popped off with the dogs. Which his cousins, man, did him wrong, man. They were supposed to take that charge because Vick was sitting there taking care of everybody, man. Vick's name never should have been brought up in it, man. Cause you know he would have took care of y'all in the penitentiary, man. Matter of fact, y'all done went to the feds. That's where y'all done went to. Niggas ain't shit. On to the next though. Doug Martin from Boise State. Got that little contract with the Buccaneers. And man, worked his butt off though, man, to get that money. I like players like that. That's not very highly rated or highly drafted, but they come in and work their butt off, man, because they know they can get cut at any time. I'd rather have players like that on my team all day, every day. I want players who have a fear of getting cut at any time. I don't care if they the star player. I want you to fear you can get cut if you start coming to work on some bullshit. I'm telling y'all go enjoy this when his rosters is done and y'all out there playing with these players. I know I enjoyed it. Like I said, I already completed it one time. I just used NFL players. But then my PlayStation went out, man. So I lost everything. So I just decided to start over and this time do it with high school seniors. Old super team. Now we got Joe Hayden at running back. And yes, he did play running back in high school. He was labeled as an athlete. So it meant he played both sides of the ball. And we're going to make him where he can play both sides of the ball on the game. Joe Hayden from the Florida Gators. Now, like I keep saying, I'm going to keep repeating it every time I come across a two-way player like this. You don't have, like I said, with a person like Joe Hayden, even though he's known more for playing on defense, that's where he's making his money now in the NFL. But in high school, he was talented enough to play both ways. So, like I said, we know he's not a running back now, and you don't have to let him play running back on your team. If you happen to pick Fresno State, you can still always switch him to a DB. Joe Hayden got some big old ears too in real life. But I don't care. I'd rather have some big old ears with all that money though. Looking like Martin Lawrence with them ears, man. But Joe Hayden, he's a decent quality DB, man. I'm glad he got up out of Cleveland. Cleveland's where you go to die, man. And that's not fair. That's like back in the day in basketball, man. You knew you was on your way out the league, man, when you went from good teams to okay teams to playing for teams like fucking Sacramento and shit back in the late 80s, early 90s and shit. Now, like now, if you go to Brooklyn, shit, motherfucker ain't even go hear about you. So I'm glad he got away from Cleveland, man. That's crazy that motherfuckers didn't win a game all year. And these are professionals, man. That's what's crazy. They getting paid to play the game they love since they've been playing as a kid. And not one time out of 16 games, they was all on the same page. I mean, there's only so much the coach can do, man. Coach can't go out there and play, but he can coach the shit out of the team, man. All this shit you did in practice all during the week supposed to translate to Sunday, man. It's something, so you gotta blame a lot of that on them players. Next up, Stephen Ridley. Got a more championship ring, well, Super Bowl ring with the Patriots, man. Man, my joystick moving on its own and stuff, man. I'm gonna have to give me a new stick soon, man. Man, I was sitting back thinking, man, the other night when I was doing somebody that was playing for Florida, I can't even remember. And I just got to thinking, like, because, like I said, when I was growing up, Florida had Steve Spurrier and Danny Warfel. And they was, like, out of this world, man. They was putting up points. You know, Steve Spurrier, man, he wanted to blow you out every game, man. He don't care about all that other stuff y'all talking, man. Your job is to stop me from scoring, and that's how dude looked at it. So you go out there and let dude put up 50 points, man. He ain't trying to hear none of that sportsmanship shit. You know why I was tripping, man? I forgot to do Joe Hayden on the defensive side of the ball. So after I do Ridley, we gonna go back to Joe Hayden. It just crossed my mind. I was like, damn, I finished Joe Hayden kind of quick. We're gonna go back and go find him real quick. Look, I got players on here already, man. It's gonna be on. Yeah, man, we gotta find Joe Hayden. Like I said, I already got players on here already made. So, like I said, you're gonna see a lot of players on here multiple times so I can fill up these rosters. We got Tony Dorsett, Maurice Drew, Warwick Dunn, Michael Dyer, Ezekiel Elliott, Theatric Phasing. We gotta put Joe Hayden on the defensive side of the ball too. Made him a right outside. There we go. Okay. But like I was saying, man, earlier about Steve Spurrier and them, I would wonder how that squad would do against Urban Meyer's Tim Tebow squad. That'd be a good little fantasy matchup. I'll tell you another fantasy matchup too that would be good. the Miami Hurricanes of 2000, I want to say, because everybody on the fucking team went to the NFL, man. So the Miami Hurricanes are what, 2000 and 2001, either one of them teams. Even the team that lost to Ohio State, you can take that Miami team and put them against USC's 2000, what, 3, 4, and 5 team. That'd be a hell of a matchup, man. Hell of a matchup. Because both teams had a lot of talent that went to the NFL just off those two teams. The NFL is full of USC and Miami players during that time anyway. I'm over here thinking about another fantasy matchup that I think will be real, real good. What about Ohio State's mid-90 teams that had Eddie George and Terry Glenn and David Boston and them, Big Orlando Pace, Andy Katzenmoyer. How about them going up against the championship team from Ohio State with Urban Meyer when they had Ezekiel Elliott and Cardale Jones and them? Who y'all think will win that matchup? Okay, he's rated a 69 so far as a DB. Like I said, man, he can play both sides of the ball if you like him to, or you can just strictly let him play offense or strictly let him play defense. It depends on you. But when I auto set the rosters and let computer auto set the depth chart, that computer go put the best players on the field at every position. So, like I said, it depends on you if you want to change it. But I'm gonna make him versatile enough where he can play both sides of the ball. He's at an 82. Okay, he's at a, let me put his, let's see. His press is a 90. Did they put him at 83? Okay. Zone and man. See if they put him at 85. There we go. And then switching back to running back. And there you go. You have a two-way player. It's just like when you're recruiting an athlete on the game. he could play on both sides of the ball, but he's gonna be better at certain positions. Oh, little Titus Young, recruited as an athlete, Boise State. Little fast, little thing too, boy. Little motherfuckers fast. Man, shout out to Flimlow Raps too, man. I'm subscribed to him. I be watching his stuff, man. And he did a little something on Titus Young. I haven't watched the whole thing, but they was saying something about, man, dude got locked up like 5 times in 1 week or some old crazy shit like that, man. So might want to go check Flimlow Raps out, man. He got the story on it. So I got him on her as a receiver and a running back since he was labeled an athlete. Ellington from the Clemson Tigers. He was a big running back. Nah, he was a little one. Okay. No, I was thinking of somebody else. Dabo Swinney done did a good job with that program. I like him as a coach. He's done a good job. He did better than one of them Bowden boys, man. I can't think of which Bowden it was, but it was one of them Bowdens, man. Tell you, man, the sons don't never be as good as the fathers, man. And you can look around at any sport. If the father was dominant, the sons don't have a chance of being nowhere near the father's level. The only reason Steph Curry is better than his daddy, because his daddy didn't do everything that Steph Curry does. His daddy was more of a spot-up shooter, catch you off the pick. But anywhere else you look, the sons never be better than the fathers. LeBron James' son, he don't stand a chance, man. And I wish that young man all the luck in the world and everything, man. I hope he, you know what I'm saying, be able to achieve all his goals. But his daddy done set that bar so high, man, that everything he do, man, is gonna be compared to his dad, man. Which I guess that's the gift and a curse for having your father's name too. JACUZZ RODGERS, Oregon State. Him and his brother played at Oregon State. I got his brother on her too. I can't think of his name though, but He's on here. On one of the video games, his brother used to be an impact player. So he had the star under his name. Well, y'all, this is it's gonna be all for the moment. I'm gonna hit y'all back with part 9 in a couple of days. Thanks for watching. Once again, my name is Zoe. This is NCAA 14 Legends roster, high school seniors from class of 99 all the way up to the present day. Let's get it.